Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Rian Juniarti. Here I will review the book Hello America. Lesson 1. In this lesson, students learn how to compare people using comparative adjectives such as taller, shorter, younger, heavier, and the irregular form better. They also learn how to ask for opinions politely using expressions like what do you think and how about this one. This story follows Stephen and Linda as they choose the best actor for a new TV show and finally decide to meet Jeff Bennett. Lesson 2. This is student how to describe people using adjectives, compare to people or places with comparative adjective, strengthen comparison using much, and express agreement and disagreement politely. The lesson is presented through a job interview between Jeff Bennett, Linda, and Stephen, making the grammar easy to understand in real life situation. Jeff is talented. Jeff is more talented than Sam. Jeff is much more talented than Sam. I disagree. Can you act? Lesson 3. This lesson compares New York City and Los Angeles. The reading presents the opinions of 4 people from different countries about which city they like better. New York is described as a busy and exciting city with many famous buildings, many people, and stores that are open 24 hours. Los Angeles is described as a relaxed city with warm weather, beautiful beaches, palm trees, and many sunny days, but it has heavy traffic. The lesson also teaches students how to compare two things using comparative experience with more and how to answer questions using which do you like better. Lesson 4. This lesson teaches students how to talk about jobs, success, family, and cities. It also helps students use comparative adjectives correctly and learn useful English experience for everyday conversations. Lesson 5. This lesson focuses on using superlative adjective to compare 3 or more people, places, or things. The story follows Jeff and Amy, two old friends who meet again after many years. They talk about their lives, families, jobs, and their hometown. Amy also talks about sister and her 3 children. In addition, the lesson describes the Fairchild Hotel, which is presented as the toilet's newest and one of the best places in Stamford. Students learn how to use superlative forms such as the tallest, the oldest, the best, and the correct preposition in of when making comparison. Lesson 6. That's the most convenient location. Focuses on using superlative adjective to compare 3 or more people, places, or things. The lesson discusses choosing the most convenient apartment, understanding TV commercial, comparing cars, and using useful everyday experience. Examples from the lesson include: that's the most convenient location. The sports car is the most powerful. The station wagon is the cheapest FD3. Lesson 7. This lesson introduces a restaurant review at Top F the Town, a famous restaurant in Stamford, Connecticut. The review explains why the restaurant is one of the best places to eat. It highlights its beautiful location on the 18th floor of the Fairchild Hotel, its excellent view of the city, delicious food, friendly service, and wide selection of wines. The lesson also teaches students how to use the with place names such as oceans, museums, and hotels, and when not to use the such as with the cities, states, streets, and parks. Lesson 8. Is this the best we can do? Focuses on using comparative and superlative adjective to compare people or things in everyday situations, especially while shopping, asking for different sizes or styles, giving opinions, and giving compliments. The lesson also introduces irregular superlative forms such as the best and the worst, as well as useful experience like try it on and take it back. Some example sentences from the lesson are: do you have anything longer? The white skirt or the white skirt is more expensive than the black skirt. That's the longest skirt we have. These examples help students use comparative and superlative forms correctly in everyday conversation. Lesson 9. That's your scars. Disguise how to express and ask about ownership or possession in English by using possessive adjectives, possessive pronouns, the possessive form of nouns, and question with whose. This lesson teaches students how to identify the owner and of an object, express possession correctly, and use these forms naturally in everyday conversation. That's your scars. Your sandwich is this, it's Mike's. Ellie's sister's name is Marilyn. You're happy with your new show, aren't you? The pizza is there. Lesson 10. She's as beautiful as her mother. Discusses how to compare people or things in English by using the patterns as adjective, as the same as, different from, and like to express similarities and differences. The lesson teaches students how to compare appearance, size, age, and other characteristics in everyday conversation. She's as beautiful as her mother. The boy is as old as the girl. My office is the same size as yours. Your English book is different from mine. She looks like her mother. Lesson 11. Teaches students how to describe houses and apartments, read housing advertisements, identify rooms and facilities, ask and answer questions about homes, and use housing-related vocabulary. Students also practice writing a letter describing a new apartment and learn to use how and what questions correctly. Lesson 12. In this lesson, Jeff, Marybeth, and Stephen are preparing and researching for a play called Murder at Midnight. Stephen is, Stephen is the director, while Jeff and Marybeth are actresses. During the rehearsal, Stephen tells Jeff that his acting is too serious and emotional. He asks Jeff to be calmer and react differently from Diana, the character played by Marybeth. Through the rehearsal, students learn how to use comparison questions with whose and whose, possessive pronouns, apartment vocabulary, and intonation in English. Lesson 13 focuses on the present passive voice and its use in everyday English. Students learn how to describe what things are made of, what they are used for, and who performs an actions by using by in passive sentences. The lesson also introduces several useful expressions commonly used in comparisons, such as giving good whistle, describing valuable objective, talking about someone's temper, and describing someone who is successful. Through the legologs and grammar exercises, students practice asking and answering questions about materials, functions, and passive structures in their communication. Lesson 14. It was given to me over 40 years ago, focuses on the past passive voice, which is used to describe events that happened in the past when the action is more important than the person who performed it. Through the story of Benjamin Morris, students learn how to report an emergency, describe past events, write a police report, and answer questions using short answer in the past passive. The lesson also introducing irregular past participles such as given, found, and hit, and teaches students how to report accidents and other past incidents correctly. Lesson 15 tells the story of the Morris Museums and the mystery of the Stamford Treaty. Students learn how to describe buildings and historical places using the simple past passive such as the building was built in 1872 by Daniel Hoyt. They also learn vocabulary about museums, history, location, and personality adjectives like calm, curious, stingy, and vain. The museum's most valuable object is the Stamford Treaty, which was signed in 1640 by two important Indians. The story ends with the mystery when Ben Morris is found lying on the museum floor after arguing with Philip Tate. Lesson 16. The story continues after Ben Morris is found dead in the museum. Detective Stone investigates the crime by questioning Diana, Tony, and Philip. He tries to find out how the killer entered the museum, how Ben was killed, and whether anything was stolen. During the investigation, it is discovered that the museum had been locked, but several people had keys to enter it. Students also review the Morris Museum and the Stamford Treaty while learning how to use the simple past passive voice describing past events.